Our adopted sweet gum is showing out. Look at how beautiful. He's pretty wild. I can't get him to come close enough to me, but apparently people on the walking trail has been feeding him. That's the first time we've touched, and he's the one that walked into my finger. Wish I had some food for him. I thought he was a neighborhood cat. He might be a feral cat. He's warming up to me. Bless his heart, starving to death. It only took about 3 minutes for him to decide to get close enough to touch me, but I'm not reaching out to him. All right, maybe tomorrow I'll bring you some food. Yeah. You may think that's a big pile of dirt, but it's going in the backyard to expand the backyard, and it's so steep, such a drop off in the backyard. It ain't gonna give us much. But when you know a pool guy that's always excavating dirt, we should be able to get all the dirt we want. Let's go see Hunter. Sawtooth blackberries, brambles. Never really paid attention to them so much when they were in bloom. Only when that fruit is on there. I've been doing intermittent fasting for the past, well, Sunday be 3 weeks. Take 18 hours off from eating every day. So I eat at 1 p.m. and again at 6 p.m. So my clothes have loosened up on me, which I'm glad. I think I'm going to be more strict though. I think I'm going to do it low carb now. I think that'll make me feel even better and help me get in shape even quicker. I actually did something that I didn't intend to do last week. At my 1 p.m. meal, I ate a little too much and still felt full when it came time for my 6 o'clock meal. So I just skipped that meal and I fasted for a day, and it wasn't that hard. Now I have fasted for 3 days before. Usually the second day is the easiest. The first day is the next, and then the last day is the hardest, I guess. Anticipation. But we're now rounding the bend. Let me turn the camera around. All right, this is where Hunter lives. This guy did have a car in the back of his yard, and Hunter would sleep on top of it, so I'm sure this guy's throwing him scraps out occasionally. And When we first met Hunter, I was coming up from that way and I saw him in the woods over here hunting. And I commented, if you go back to that video, I'll put the link right up here. I said, you know, cats hate it when you interrupt their hunt. And so I walked up to that fence, and when he turned around to look at me, you can barely see it on camera, he had a mouse hanging out of his mouth. And so then he took off from right there and he ran across the road right up here towards the backyard that he's so familiar with. So yesterday, you know, the first contact, the first physical touch I had with him, I gave him the old, and he came from a long ways off. He immediately turned his head, came running. And it took him about, like I said, it took him about 3 minutes before he actually decided to bump into my finger. So let's give the call. I don't see him. I'm gonna leave some food for him though. When we come back, if he doesn't come out of the woods, you know, I might put like a handful of food right down in there. I love that cedar tree right there. That's a Northern White Cedar. It's got yellow tinges on the outside of the branches. Now this particular tree is 100 miles south of its most southern border. So, and I guess as far as ranges go, that's probably right on the line. That's probably not extraordinary. I've been waiting for the wind to blow one of the dead branches out of that thing. I want to at least use it for a hand drill fireboard. Let's walk over there and see if there's anything on the ground or maybe some bark that's thick enough, and we'll use it for a fireboard. Let's see if there's any branches on the ground. Here's some bark. Tender. Here's a branch. There's nothing there though. It's completely, it's punkwood. Yeah, it looks like it's dry enough to break off. A good dead piece of our cedar tree. Good. You reckon he'll get that food? Maybe that Chihuahua will get the food. We get him trained up to be available at 9 o'clock in the mornings. All right, let's give it a try. Northern White Cedar. And we'll use straw for the tinder bundle, and then break up all of these tiny little branches for fuel wood. Horseweed spindle. It feels soft, but it cuts kind of like soap. I thought it was going to be so much easier than this. This is going to be a difficult one. That's all right. I've made difficult ones produce embers before, and I don't mind doing it again. As if I can get my hands wet enough. Wood ashes for grip. Only difference is I have a wider notch and I've removed all the old dust. All right, we got it that time. Took everything I had. That is not a great fireboard. Maybe if the branch was a little more degraded, because this was hard, but it still had a bunch of resin in it. Let me get some catkins. Right. Go ahead and fire up some straw now. Go ahead and break these tops off. We got it done. We are definitely going to go ahead and get you a better shot of the table. All right, y'all. That was difficult, but we made it happen. I appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one. It doesn't matter, seem like any time of the day or night. We're gonna have a leaf blower in the background, aren't we? We'll catch you on the next one.